it's time to start your virtual engines because we've got the biggest championship that you didn't even know about, and it starts very soon. 8 rounds. We're going to be going all the way live tonight to the Asrnz, an 8-round championship, and there's everything to play for. So cheers to that as we hand it over to your commentary team, Davo and the gentleman.
Already, thank you very much, Chad. And yeah, a couple of little techie issues there, as usual tonight. I'm Davo, your host, and you have joined the Asrnz official coverage of the GT3 series. As usual, I have J-Man beside me. How you doing, brother?
G'day, Davo. Oh, mate. Hey, what would a Thursday night be without a couple of techie issues, bro?
Oh, mate, it's just the way we roll here, It's either the sound going out, the vision going out, or the server not working. But at the end of the day, we're here. It's Thursday, like you said, once again. It's round 2 for the GT3 series tonight. Where are we tonight, mate?
We are at the Hungaroring, mate. We are at the Hungaroring, the place that we've actually chosen this season to, just as you're well aware, Davo, just to do our photo sheet of the season, given that this is the first time in our history that we've run custom skins in this format. Obviously something that was kind of really familiar to us back in our sort of Assetto Corsa days, but yeah, really stoked to go and showcase these skins in the series. So
absolutely.
Mad appreciation to all the boys that put the effort in to bring those to us. So what do you got for us, Davo?
Well, look, the guys are in qualifying. We got a points board up, so we're just going to run back to that and just have a quick look, J-Man, at after the first round. Nothing really special to look apart from a couple of guys tied for, I think it's 3rd and 4th there.
Yeah, so
with Mudgy and JB, mate. Yeah.
The BC crews, the Breakfast Crew boys sharing 3rd, and
teammates at that.
Mixed bag weekend for a few drivers, Davo, last round, as I'm sure we'll allude to as the stream goes through tonight, and we're looking for something to talk about. But yeah, certainly a great stand, opening stanza for Jake McKellar, our current defending GT3 series champion.
For sure.
Looking at certainly some other guys, the likes of Dylan Martin, who's holding down P2, which is a pretty good effort given that he had a big blue in race 2 last week, Davo.
Yeah, well, as you can see by just the little bit of data that is shown on that image there. So, nothing out of the ordinary. A little bit of a blue for a few people last week, but we're back here for round 2. Like we just mentioned, boys are out in qualifying. The points will probably make more sense after another round or 2, won't they, J-Man? So I suppose let's get to the action, really.
Yeah.
Who do you want to look at here, mate?
So I had eyes initially on Mark Madre because he's typically our first guy out the bat, but he's gone out and he posted a 44.6, but very quickly eclipsed by every single member on track that belongs to the EOS team at the moment. Yep. Ethan Kale holding down a 43.7 from Dylan, 44.3 from Vic, and a 44.5 from Shane. So we did see times in official practice during the weekday where as low as the 42s from a couple of the guys. I think maybe Dylan and maybe Vic. I wasn't privy to all the sessions, but and nor did I go and look at the lap stat board. Came on me, but I know these boys have got some pretty special times up their sleeves. So Mark Madre, the first of the Breakfast Crew Asrnz boys to try and get that really spectacular looking Vegemite car up there.
The Porsche, yes, one of only a couple of Porsches, and awesome work so far because there's only 40 seconds or so left in quali here for Aaron Enright to get that Martini car up in 6th position as we speak. Oh, has he been pipped there? He has.
Get pinged, did he?
Oh, by his mate John McDonald.
He did.
In the Camry. So nice work from John, and Aaron's still in the top 10 in 7th. Jacques also another in
Yeah, Vic Chan about to light the page on fire with this Delta that I'm seeing about to come across.
No surprise there. He's looking well up on the Delta. Jacques in 8th. Steve Wilton in 9th. There you go. Still got a little bit more to go. And Maxwell running at the top 10 so far, Jamie.
Yeah, can I just quote you the top 3 times, starting with Ethan Cowell, who's given it away already, said that's enough on a 43.432, plays Dylan Martin on a 43.442, plays Vic Chan on a 43.492. So
yeah, it doesn't get much closer than that. And but then you just go down to Shano in 4th and Mark in 5th, which are 44.527, 44.537. You know,
that's tight, David.
You know, John McDonald's at 45.227. You know, like this is. Oh, look, it's at identical times there between Aaron and Ryan. It is too. So
looking
McDonald's.
Down, I'm just looking down. There's some hot times coming. Cookies going to improve.
Matt Cook, yes, welcome back, Matt Cook.
Yeah, Cookie had a really good round 1. I messaged Cookie during the week, and you know, like, so good to have Matty back on track and enjoying us some racing again. Some of these guys were really just hanging in there waiting for this, you know, this series to kick back off again. And Cookie's definitely one of those guys, and he's relishing the opportunity to measure himself against all these boys. And
no doubt, yeah.
He started off really, really well. So good to see him represent with that Ferrari. Not many Ferraris out. I think it might be the only one, mate. So
it is tonight. It is tonight, anyway, because we've usually got Jamie in a Ferrari, haven't we?
We've got Jamie away tonight.
Yeah. So yep, and it looks like Steve Welton's actually snuck into 10th, pushed Maxwell. Actually, Jordan Moss has pushed Maxwell down a little bit as well. So nice work from Steve Welton. Qualifying is over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so we'll rattle through your top 10. So you got Vic Chan ended up taking that on a 43.1, so he just slightly bettered at Ethan Cowell. So did Dylan Martin.
Well, it's time to start your
behind him. So you get Vic Chan, Dylan Martin, Ethan Cowell, Shane Fodedo, Mark Mudgway, Vaughan Martin with a stunning qualifying, Damien Jarkus Jones, Aaron Enright, John McDonald and Steve Wilton make out the 10. But I tell you what, just off the back of the 10, Jordan Moss, Max Hawkins, Dave Zero, Brad Robertson, Matt Cook making the 15. Those are guys that played pretty strongly in round 1. Cookie ended up being P15, so he just dropped a bit of time on the back end of that session, Davo. And and remember Steve Melling's currently holding P5 in the championship. So it's certainly interesting. I mean, you know, we've seen that the racing last week, albeit these are 35-minute sprint races with a mandatory pit stop of minimum 1 litre dump, Davo. We've seen that the back end of these races tighten up, and then we saw some pretty unforced mistakes from a few of the guys last week. So, you know, like, albeit that's your qualifying, opening qualifying guys, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how this thing's going to play out.
Not at all. Not at all. So, anything could happen in 35 minutes.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And hey, with a compulsory pit stop. So.
Yeah. So shout out to Jamie. I appreciate you jumping on the stream. Jamie's not feeling the best tonight, so hey, mate. Look,
welcome aboard, Jamie.
I'm sure your mates and the rest of the boys have put on a good show, mate. So put your feet up, get better, get well soon. Hopefully we see you back on track next week, pal. And hopefully there's a big show on here tonight for you.
Absolutely. We are waiting for the cars to pop onto the grid. Not far to go now. Couple of minutes wait time before these guys roll out for their mandatory procession lap.
Yeah, hey, something else that we've failed to mention to this point, as per our GT3 season rules. So your podium, Davo, obviously, as we know from the previous round, carry ballast into the following round. So
that's correct.
You've got two guys
that are BOP.
Yeah, BOP. So number 1 position, Jake McKellar is carrying 30 kilos for the round this weekend, and you have Dylan Martin's carrying 25 kilos, and then you've got the shared 3rd position.
The shared 3rd position. Yep.
Yeah.
So they both carry, don't they?
They both got 20 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's obviously that's obviously round dependent. So
and that will factor in. Obviously, we can see where they've qualified, so you can sort of read it how you wish. Some of these guys who actually really deal with the weight well. Some of the cars deal with the weight a little bit better. But yeah, always the top three carrying a bit of BOP, J-Man.
Yeah, 100%. So, it clearly hasn't really affected Dylan that much. Maybe that 25 kilos was the difference on that 10th quarter.
Well, maybe.
30 seconds.
So, yeah, but anyway, we'll see how that shakes out. And,
of course.
That might not have been so much of a factor, Davo, during qualifying when the cars were all running light. But, what, I don't know. Jamie might be able to tell me, he's watching, what sort of fuel loads would these guys be running here for this 35-minute race. I mean, I personally haven't set a car up this season for a 35-minute race, but I would have thought it would have been in excess of 50-something litres. Would that be correct? I'm not sure. As we see them just getting ready to start this formation lap too, Davo.
Yes. As the boys start to roll off the grid.
Okay, so yeah, thanks, Jamie. So roughly 50 to 60 you'd anticipate they're carrying. So, like there's somebody the likes of, I don't know, Dylan or Jake McKellar would be carrying a good 25, 30 kilos heavier than somebody sitting back in P4. So, at the start of this race, that could be a factor. They're certainly a fair bit heavier.
So the boys rolling away. Very technical track, this J-Man. Not a lot of places. Places to pass as they just run up here towards T4, actually, where we just did the photo shoot. Just focused on Dylan Martin's bright purple purple car. Fantastic Honda. Weaving, getting a bit of temp. Mate, does it actually get any temp in the tyres? A bit of weaving in ACC there, J-Man?
Oh, I guess it's a preference and an opinion thing. Like myself, in the seasons gone by, I always found that riding the brake and getting some temp through the rotor into the carcass of the tyre certainly helped a bit more.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I just don't feel like with an endurance tyre you can work it hard enough weaving. I personally always thought that the brakes actually played a bigger factor in that.
Yeah.
And given that 35-minute race, I feel like any brake pad that you choose in this class, apart from I guess the display pad or the one that we don't use, is up to the task. You can get that thing glowing hot on the outlap and
it'll still run the race though.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see much performance loss out of that in a 35-minute race. But that was my preference. It was all about the brakes. The guys have been briefed again tonight. There's a fair bit of clarity brought to the table tonight around the overlap rule. Clearly the guys are allowed to overlap, but should you be deemed in front of the car you qualified behind at the green flag, that certainly warrants a one-place penalty. So I expect the start procedure tonight to be a bit cleaner.
Yeah, no doubt. But as the boys just gee up, whether it warms the tyres or not, I suppose it's just that part of that process, like getting a feel for the steering and just getting yourself sorted. But the boys, we're going to go green anytime soon. This is round 2 Hungaroring in the Asrnz GT3 series. We've got a green light.
Look pretty good.
It's pretty tidy up the front so far. Vic just pulls to the inside, takes. We've got 4 wide at the back.
Oh, mate. Down into 1.
I think it's Jordan Moss, Maxwell, Hawkins, Dave Zero. That was a hectic.
Yeah, they've done a great
there.
job.
So nice work there. Into 2.
Yeah.
Nice
the
clean
two
stuff up the
Porsches.
front.
2 Porsches and up towards the front there, Shane and Mudgy. We're just letting this shake out, guys. Obviously our leaderboards on our telemetry goes nuts at the first lap, so we've got the same vision as you guys, and we're just trying to sort out who's doing what. So
yeah, the leaderboard just flickers all over the place into the first sector, so
no change in the top 5.
it's looking good. It's looking good. Any action as you'd expect in lap 1 down the back of the field.
Yep. And Jake McKellar a long way back. Failed to mention, not sure if Jake not getting a lot of practice during the week, and talking about starting pretty much off the back as we see a move in front of him. Who was that?
Oh, that's Aaron, and right on Matt Cook. Yep, and Cook, it's not over yet. Cook looks like he's still got it. He's on the inside.
Maybe knew he had the rights to the left-hander there, right?
Yeah, and then sweep straight into the final corner, which is a right. So Victor Tang just bolts across the line, leads the car across into lap 2.
Spectacular field side as they come down the front straight.
We've got actually just quietly the John McDonald and Steve Wilton cars nose to tail.
Brad Robertson
so that's good.
He was looking for an inside move, which is going to leave him on the outside to 2 on, I believe that's Jordan Moss.
Yeah, Jordan Moss in the Red Bull McLaren.
Yeah, beautiful car.
Yeah, looking good. We've got a couple of the second lap. Look at that pack from 11 or 12 down. It's hectic. Out of the back of Ryan Gilbranson's car.
We've had a car up the front. Who was that? Who did we lose?
Oof.
Lost one of our front runners. Trying to work out who it is, sorry. I will get there. McKellar, 8th position in the first lap. Okay.
Back at that.
Trying to work out who it is. I've got an idea it was Vic Chan. Vic Chan is back to 10, so something's happened. Sorry, viewers, that we missed out on that. But yeah, Vic Chan certainly suffering something early in the piece, so coming from the lead to be in 10th. So currently, yeah, lap 2, and he's down 10 positions. So 9 positions.
Vic. Yeah, Vic. Actually, so who's he got? The Brad's actually slotted in behind him. So the car doesn't look that bad, J-Man. It doesn't look like it's
just a run off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's made contact with anything. So, you know, hopefully he's just had a bit of a spin and, you know, got out in the grass and continue on. So that's well, I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, just picking up too, just a mention too that we didn't pick up at the top of the stream there, that this is actually officially Shane's first round. He made the shakedown and stuff, but you know, come back and ready for round 2. He's away for round 1, and he has picked the Porsche. Ironically, you know, he is sitting there with Mark Andre right on his bumper in the other Porsche you mentioned earlier. So that's a cool battle. That's a cool battle.
That is a cool battle
through the night.
Yep.
So, just trying to look, so let's see.
I wonder how long Mudgy will hold off, because they're both looking pretty porgy.
Something's happened to Vic Chan, because he's down another 8 positions. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, the car didn't look right. Anyway, you know, like even when we flick back to it, it looked. Maybe he's got a hardware issue. He's got a wheel or a pedal issue.
Yeah, it seems a little bit out of character for a guy that put it on pole to be this far back. So something definitely not cool going on there.
Maybe he's not getting full throttle or something. He needs to get that car into the pits and, you know, like have a good look at it. But yeah, definitely well off the pace and still losing positions, unfortunately. He's like behind Bobby Laycock, another Porsche actually, so there's 3 in the field. And we just flick back to the other two, and Mark showing the nose of the Vegemite car, actually, to Shane in third. So this is a podium position, Jamie. These guys are serious. Now, Mudgy's carrying weight, isn't he?
Mudgy's got 20, and I'm just watching Dylan Martin up the road a little bit. He's not getting away the same way he did in round 1, race 1. I mean, Ethan's there keeping him honest, and their last match was 44-2 versus 44-3. So there's a 10th in it, but Ethan's not letting this go, and you know we'll learn the story about what rank these guys are and what the pecking order is as the season goes on.
Of course.
I'm not real sure what it is at the moment because
well, we've only seen them for one race, so let's just reserve our comments.
Mudgy's doing a great job, and I just noticed Dane so Jarkus is doing a great job sitting there currently in P5 with John McDonald behind him, and Farmer doing a good job in the Lexus in P7, so it's cool. I'm interested to see what, as soon as these pits open, whether, as they do just open, as I mentioned,
yes, exactly,
Vic decides to go and sort this car out if there's an issue with it.
Oh, surely we might just keep an eye on that. If you can just keep an eye on that, I was just going to just roll through that top 10 again. Dylan Martin in first, getting away not too far from Ethan Cale in second, both in the Hondas. Shano in the pits immediately in the Porsche. There, J-Man.
Vic's gone as well.
Mudgy,
and Rolf has as well.
And luckily for Mudgy, because now he's getting plenty of heat from Jarkus. And as we just see John McDonald turn Jarks. Steve, we might actually just stop the old countdown there. We'll see if we get a replay on that.
Let's just readdress that.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep.
So, yeah, John Boy from way back, but looks like he must have missed his braking marker there, J-Man. That's a long way back.
Well, Jarks right off the back of Mudgy.
Oh, there you go. Looks like Jarks almost made the mistake. Went a bit deep and came cut back in. But anyway, so a couple of top runners just not doing each other anymore. It's J-Man. A couple of positions lost, and the boys carry on.
Well, I'll tell you what, McCann came in behind Brendan Rolfe and then came out. Didn't seem like there was any apparent...
Okay, so here we go.
Looks like B-Dog sort of sidestepped him and let him go here, so...
Yeah, I was just thinking if it was a hardware issue, like if he could reach across and, pull the cable on his pedals, and put him back in and in a pit stop, let him reset, whether he's... Because it just didn't look like it had no throttle.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan's just updated us. Yeah, Jake McKellar did, as he said in the chat group today, he said he wasn't going to qualify. So he did not qualify and is currently P12. So that's a massive improvement.
What an effort.
Is he P12?
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Is he pitted?
He's in 18th.
Okay, so something's happened. Has he made a pit stop?
No.
So
yes, he has.
No, he has. So he's looking really, really good.
In 18th, so nice work. So yeah, who has pitted? Shano, Jake, Wilco, Aztec, should I say? Victor and Brendan Rolfe. We don't know whether Victor's pit stop was probably forced anyway, J-Man. But has he picked up the pace? Let's check. What was his last time? Was it 54?
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see. But he's only just come out of the pit, so we need to see the next lap after this, don't we? So.
Yes. I don't have a couple of my HUDs working right now, but I got a lot of information anyway, David. So I shall press on. So
good.
With 25 kg on top, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, correct there. He does have 20. Jake McKellar has 30 kilos on, so he's marching forward with 30 kilos.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
And he showed us this last season when he was driving the BMW that he has this ability to tune the car and drive the car with weight.
And manage it with weight.
So has McDonald...
And there's only a few guys that we've seen do that, it's not just the cars. You've got to drive it differently, don't you, Joe?
Aztec having a big look on McKellar. So is John McDonald stopped or no?
It doesn't look like it, no. That'd be, yes, definitely a negative.
No.
And yes, Aztec all over the back of McKellar.
Very much so.
Both have quitted. So Aston v Audi. Audi's getting up on the back of John McDonald. No doubt that was why you were asking. Oh,
Yes.
John McDonald. Oh, he has pitted. Sorry. Oh, my mistake. But he's
You're right.
he's yeah. Did he had to redress that faux pas
With
Jarks
Jarks,
earlier
yeah.
on, so that would
Yeah.
put him back a few positions, wouldn't it?
So that's a legit, that's, you know, that's for position, that's battle on, and Aztec's right in that battle as well, so.
Yeah, definitely nice work from the boys there. Let's get back up at the top again. Let's try and roll through this top 10, J-Man. You call it. Dylan Martin.
Yeah, Dylan Martin currently holding down a... Okay.
Oh, very dominant first
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, so, well, no, he's only a couple of tenths in front of old mate, so...
Oh, he is too. He's
He's-
Kale
he-
all over it. Not
he's
dominant
not far
at all.
in front. So,
We're
yeah.
talking milliseconds here.
Yeah, so as you were, so he's yeah, I don't have that those margins fully in front of me, but yeah, so Ethan Carlin second, Mark Mudgway holding down P3, Steve Walton after that hiccup with Jarks and KB, Dave 05th, Jordan Moss in 6th, Jarks back up to 7th, so that's a good showing. Brad Robinson 8th,
Yeah,
Matt
after a
Cook
bit of a spin.
9th, Stephen Bellingham 10th. We've currently got Mikey King in the pit lane, Vaughan Martin 12th, Max Hawkins 13, Aaron Enright 14, Chain is in 15th,
Bob
Bobby
Laycock.
Laycock 16th, John McDonald 17th, Jake McKellar 80th, Wilkie aka Aztec in 19th, Vic Chan 20th. After whatever issues he had at the start of that race, Brendan Rolfe in 21st, and Pat's in 22nd. So
Awesome work. Awesome stuff. That rounds out the 22. Some good close stuff so far.
I'll give
Nice
this
work.
to you for the next 60 seconds to
Yep.
2 minutes. I'm just going to do a
Yeah.
shutdown and sort my stuff, mate.
So
as you were.
after, yeah, too easy. So after all that little bit of a countdown there, I can tell you that it has been Shane, the pitted drivers already is number 22, Shane in the Porsche, and Mike King, John McDonald, Jack McKellar, Aztec, Mike King, I think I already mentioned, Vic Chan, Brendan Rolfe. So we've got not quite a half the field as we just watched. Pat's rolling in one of the Audis, so another now to pit. Perfect timing.
Good stuff. These guys do, as they come in and out of pit lane, must adhere to the pit entry exit blend lines, because obviously, you know, becoming well aware as the rounds go on that will incur a 5-second post-race penalty if you cross those lines in breach. So there's all the little 1% things, and I think the 1% things really played a big factor last week, Dave,
yes.
in final results.
Without a doubt, J-Man. It's got about 20 minutes to go now.
15 minutes gone already.
Yep,
mate.
yep. So not quite halfway, and the field has spread a little bit actually, but we're still getting through, like I said, not quite half the field making a pit stop yet. So that will equalise. That was Pat's actually just coming out of the pits there, just getting rounded up by Mr. McKellar and Aztec. As we just jump back out of the back of Dylan Martin's car and just have a look at the temperature that Ethan Kale is delivering to the back of that Honda. These guys going hard at it. 1 and 2, J-Man. So nice work from both of the boys there. Mudgy back in third. This could change. There's pit stops to be had. Muddy could end up back a position or two. Steve Wilton also one not to have pitted. So, like I said, we're not quite, we're getting close to halfway. Some guys will do it at the beginning of the race, some in the middle and some towards the end. You look at overcut, undercut, or, just half and half. So we're coming to that sort of half-time bracket. We might see a couple of other boys just roll in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, and Ethan just putting maximum pressure on Dylan Martin at the moment. He was,
he's just not
giving up on that. So is that a factor of the 25 kilos coming into play that's affecting that extra 25?
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, these guys are so close.
They are.
And is this the level for those guys at the front?
He's probably having a bit of a giggle to him on whisper, just going, I got your ass. Tough place to pass though. Not a lot of opportunities. There's a couple, but you really do have to force the issue to make it happen, don't you, mate?
Well, you do. You do.
And as teammates, they probably won't go there. Both of them stay out again. So just getting around that halfway mark now.
Yep.
Do we see another influx of pit stops?
I think we probably, we've seen historically the guys that hold off for quite a long time, I'm interested with the Dylan Martin and Ethan Cowell, who's going to go, because Ethan's on him, he's got pressure on him. If I was Ethan, I would stay on him and keep the pressure on and try and force a mistake. If Dylan's not entirely comfortable, maybe he makes a stop to take the pressure out the mirrors, I'm not sure, but, that's, Dave Zero was looking for a big move on, who's that, Jarvis?
Yeah, I don't know. I just watching Ethan's body language as they came back past the entry that last lap. It looked like Ethan almost looked at it, and maybe he thought he was going too fast and might have reached the blend line. But I reckon he's holding him up at the moment. So, I think it, would make sense for him to go in and maybe get that jump on him. But we will see, no doubt, Dave jumping the curbs there. Losing his, it's so hard to spot your apexes when you get tied up on the car behind, J-Man, so.
Incredible.
Brad Robinson looking to pick up any crumbs from what's going on. Actually, Dave's actually pulled back a little bit from Jacques there. Brad thinks he's got a bit of a shot at it. We've got Ethan Cale into the pits. I thought this would happen.
Yep.
Like I said, he just had a little bit of a look at it last lap round and just bailed out of it. So let's just watch this stop. See how clean it is, Jason.
Okay, as we see him come down, looks like he was straight up on the jacks. Took a little while. Oh no, that was a brilliant
That's
stop.
quick. That's quick. Dave Zero also in. He was just going to sweep back to that little threesome that's going on, and I see Dave's bailed out. He was the meat of the sandwich, so to speak. So yeah, smart move for him to get in and out of that little issue there.
So
let's put Ethan in fourth at the moment.
Yeah, dropped down another one.
Oh,
He's
no, hang
down
on.
Vaughan's rounded him up as well.
So we got him in 7th now.
Yeah, he'd be somewhere around 7th, I would think.
Yeah, well, Dave's in, so he's gone 8th.
as you were, because I've just got my eyes on Dylan. I want to see if Dylan responds to that potential undercut from Ethan.
Yeah, well, it's either you just hang out there for a lot longer or you do it straight away, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, because I mean the advantage of fresh air in sim racing can be really good. You know, if you're out there under no pressure, focused on, as we see Dylan is, and he is in the lane. Say, I'll be watching this car to see how efficient the stop is. We know that he'd have to be super good on his entry, because I think the actual pit stop time from Ethan was pretty sharp, up on the Jackson down.
Right.
I think we're talking about a 3.2, 3.6 second average stop for these guys to grab a leader
and Ethan easily hit that mark.
He did.
He did. Here we go. A little bit
Dylan
of lock up.
The fronts up.
Yeah, which can just push it over the. Oh, right.
It's a bit longer. It is a little bit longer. I'm going to say it was another second or so.
Oh, easily, J-Man. Easily. And this is what it's all about. Let's have a look. We'll get up in the heli.
Ethan's on the front straight.
Here we go. He's crossed the line.
It's going to be close.
Oh. He's got him.
He's got him.
He's got him.
Yeah. He's put a car in between himself too.
Yeah, nice work. Ethan Kyle. He's got, now he's also got, who's that? Is that Paul Martin?
That is Vaughan, yep.
Between him and Dylan as well, so he's actually probably got a little bit of a gain there too. You know, just putting that car in between him and Dylan. So nice work from Ethan.
Yep.
And it was the stop, J-Man. It was visually you could see how quick it was.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, these guys are so close. You know, can you beat a guy on track, and if you can't, can you beat him in the pits? As we just look at Dylan sizing up, Vaughan doesn't make any argument about it.
No, he knows the boys have got the posts. He'll let them go, and smartly as well. Vaughan won, not to have pitted yet. We've also got Brad Robinson, Jacques, Steve Wilton and Mudgee all to pit in this race yet. We've got about a little over 12 minutes to go, J-Man.
Yes.
I think this is going to ramp up again. Just always see. So.
Yep.
Oh, very wide from Dylan there. We're going to just see Mudgee
and Steve
Wilton in the pits. So
this is out of P1, P2. Like, how good is the job these guys doing? You got to remember, these guys were around that third, fourth position. Farmer looking good on the blocks. Farmer with a pretty efficient stop.
Quick too.
Is he going to do a bit of job?
Mudgee's quick too.
Yeah, Mudgee did a good job. They have
Mudgee got picked by the other Porsche. Yep.
Oh, was it Shane?
Yep. Who was he battling with earlier?
It was Shane. Yeah, it was Shane, so he's still battling with Shane. So those guys did a good job in their stops though.
Yep.
Really sharp.
So yeah, nice work. Again, Shane's actually pipped him in the pits. So nice work. Again. Who have we got left for? Martin and Brad Robinson and Jacques to come in. So you could pretty well see the leaders there. Ethan Kale, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan pulled back up his pit stops.
And it's showing Shane instead of Mudgee now, you know. So, like I said, Mudgee probably lost out a little bit in that pit stop.
Well, you called it early that Shane was one of the first to the toppers, so that's a legit undercut from Shane.
Yeah, he went in very early, like literally. He must have just been in the right place at the right time, and he was in there.
I tell you, my bloody telemetry just doesn't want to play the game tonight, Dave. It's a shocker.
The moon's having
I'll be doing a restart between this first one and the second one. God,
I'm
lost without my buttons. Yep. But hey, look, as you were.
So we also got Brad Robinson in the pits now. Let's just quickly watch this stop because this is one of the only two cars left. A little bit of a lock up on the way in. Oh, it's
pretty
still
fast though.
Pretty bloody quick, mate. So
as you see the front two boys go down.
We got Ford, Martin and Jacques actually. I think there was only two. There's three.
Wow, that battle at the front's heating up. You know, we talked about the
Yep.
25 kilos that Dylan had on board as opposed to Ethan Carl. That was the difference. And as this fuel load burns down, obviously, you know, Ethan's always going to be lighter, even when the tank gets to zero. But
well,
I
because
think,
of when he stopped. That's right.
yeah. But yeah, these guys are tightened up at the top of the town.
Yeah, and then there's the weight. Yeah, man. You know,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The weight's the big thing. As we see, just watching the Marmite car with John McDonald, and he was all over the back of Jordan Moss, currently sitting in P9 and P10, with your current leader Jake McKellar trying to catch back up.
Oh yeah, and that battle in shoes actually just continues on. Like I said with McKellar, and now McKellar and John were close earlier, so they've clearly got similar pace.
Yeah, good.
John would be hoping to get past Jordan, no doubt, just to get a car in between them, but doesn't always work that easily. Sharks in the pits.
Yep, and another good battle to be had that's been going on for a little while and it's been in the corner of my eye is Mikey King and Brendan Roll really going at it as well. That's those guys have been together for a little while now.
Get eyes on that, eh?
That's the Marlborough car and the Aston Martin. So B-Dog actually just having a bit of a run through the chicane there. So we weren't watching the track cuts, I think, because I'm sure the guys will be wary of those.
Especially around here, Jay, man, it just sort of begs you to, you know, like get out there a little bit. Vaughan Martin, the last car to pit at the moment. He only has 55 seconds to do it, J-Man, so no doubt it will be
this lap.
At the end of this lap.
Yeah, 100%. He doesn't want to miss that opportunity.
No, that's a big penalty.
He's pushing it right to the wire, isn't he? Because he's coming around the back part of the lap, but
it is, you know, pushing it. It's 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely stretching it there.
You reckon he's aware of it? He looks like he's pressing on pretty hard.
He does. Well, he just needs to get there. Look, this is going to be tight.
It's going to be real tight, mate. I'm not sure.
20 seconds. Oh,
he's going to be across the control line. We've got eyes on this. Has he got it wrong?
4, 3, 2.
She's all over, mate.
Did we know it's now?
She's missed the window there.
Well, there's a rookie mistake right there, unfortunately for Vaughan Martin. Tough gig, Vaughan.
Yeah, just so close, but so far away.
It's the 1%ers again. Get back here to this battle, which is the Damien, Jordan, and John McDonald battle.
It's going off.
It is going off, and right in front of that's actually Dave Zero.
Yes.
So let one of those guys loose without any pressure, and Dave Zero is the next car in the firing line. So I bet you he's watching his back. He's probably just thinking himself thankful that they're all fighting amongst each other at the moment. But it's on right to the end. We got about 5.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Who's that? Who we got up the top there? Who we got up the top there? Who am I kidding?
You got Ethan Carl with so much pressure from Dylan. It's
it's relentless.
It is just, I think probably right now that's where the battle is. I mean, we've got 5.5 minutes to go. Time's running out. Dylan's getting impatient. He wants that top spot. He's currently P2 in the championship, even as he sits with Jake McKellar back in P10, I believe. That's still a really, like he's, if he comes out and does this again in race 2, he's going to move forward. So pretty healthy for the points, mate. That's right.
These
guys just need to just remember where they come from and don't take each other out.
That's right. We want to watch it. We've got to keep an eye on. There's a couple other close battles going on. We've got John McDonald ranging up on the back of Jordan Moss.
Tricky place to pass here. Having raced here in the past myself, and you know, there's a couple of opportunities. Obviously, down into one's always good if the car's looking for an outside line to sweep back and you take the inside line, but you've got to get it done.
Two's not bad though either, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, you either have to go at one or two because you can't do both. You know, you end up on the wrong side of the track. So, you know, a range around the outside of one's always a good one if you can hang around there and have the rights to the left-hander at two. The other one also is coming down the hill before the left-hand second to last corner before pit entry there. There's an opportunity there to just float the car out wide and poke it down the inside before that left-hander and just opportunistic move down there sometimes as long as the guy sort of you're up far enough and he knows you're there.
He's amicable.
Yeah. I mean, it's a joint agreement, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, it has to be sometimes with these things.
You know, these guys have got racing IQ, so what have we? Just a little bit, yeah. So just Ethan just stretched that. I'm just.
He has.
He just stretched that out a little bit. So I had eyes at the time on John McDonald.
We've got 3.5 minutes to go, so no surprise really. These guys got another race yet tonight, J-Man.
They have, which is cool because it's another opportunity for me to get my technical shit sorted.
Yeah, and they're first and second, so yeah, look, no stress. They're doing well, and sensibly are just, you know, giving each other maybe a little bit of space. Who knows? But some battle still in this sort of upper end of the mid pack here. Jordan Moss, John McDonald, still getting a little close here and there, nothing real major. We're winding down so quickly, so can't really see too much problem with that. Actually, Sharks on the back of Dave Zero. It's probably a closer battle at the moment. Sharks really performing, J-Man.
And we know how good that Aston is in a straight line as well.
Oh yeah, so he's been really, he was great last week in it, and performing again tonight.
Yep.
Dave Zero, no slats in the Audi though, J-Man. Oh, as we just see, a little bit deep from Dave.
Unless he gets the overlap, he's going to be on the wrong side here, but if he makes Dave go deep down here and cuts back underneath him, that's another good move.
Yeah. It's a long corner to stay on the outside for the next.
It is. Cars look fantastic coming down the hill there. John McDonald all over the back of Jordan Moss. And once again up the front, I can also tell you that Dylan Martin has closed the gap on Ethan Carl again.
He has. And
with a minute 45 to go.
The cameras quickly flick back to it just to see what the hell was going on. Look, it's business as usual for these two.
Very, very wide there.
Oh, extremely wide. See, this is good. What could have happened earlier.
Yeah.
Like we alluded to. So. Mate, what have they got? One lap?
Pretty much. That'll be all she wrote.
So, nice work. Ethan's just going to keep his head down. Looks like he's made less mistakes than Dylan in the last couple of laps. Anyway, Dave Zero with Sharks. Still not letting up. We've got Jordan Moss as well with John McDonald. Not letting up as well, and Jake McKellar sitting there waiting at the top 10 actually, Jake McKellar.
From the back of the grid with 30 kilos.
No slouch, man. There's 23 cars in this field tonight, so there was. So that's pretty damn good. Actually, we've got 21. Sorry, we've got Brad Robinson disqualified too on this note. Okay. 3 seconds to go. As the boys get around the back end of this circuit. Really technical stuff back here, J-Man.
Does Dylan make a last-minute lunge? I don't think so.
Oh, God. On his teammate at this stage. They've got another race, like I said.
Yep.
He'll make it up then. Very technical. Not a big fan of this track. Too much overload for my very minimal brain cell count. So... these guys doing a fantastic job with Ethan actually pipping his teammate in the pits, which was pretty awesome because it didn't look like we've just been mentioning.
One corner to go. All he's got to do is drive it off a hair square, and she's all she wrote. As we do pick up on Ethan Carl 552 in the Honda coming across the line, closely followed by
Leader has finished
the
the race.
94 Dylan Martin car for P2.
Oh, Shano is going to come around in third. I just did notice that David Zero, no, Jacques has got a drive through, so he's obviously done the corner cutting.
Yep.
Infringement. Yep, so
Mudgy. Shane, Mudgy in fourth. Steve Wilton, P5 for our fellow comms member.
He's got to be happy with that, Jamie. That's an awesome drive from our friend Farmer. Dave Zero. Yes, Dave Zero. Yeah. Jordan Moss. Well, Dave Zero. Oh, Shark's got the drive through, so he's not going to eat.
Oh.
John McDonald.
Yep.
In 9th. Jack McKellar in 10th. Who we got after that,
Well, those are all going to be relegated up a position, aren't they, after a drive-through?
Matty Cook in 11th. Steve Wilt. Steve Melling. Vaughan Martin. Victor Chan, Vic Chan, Aaron Enroy, Mike King. We got Brendan, Max, Bobby Lake, Pat, Brad Robert. There you go, that rounds out 21. It shows 25 on the list, I'm not sure. Okay, I've got two different data screens up here, ladies and gentlemen, and they're arguing, they're contradicting each other. But anyway.
So my first port of call is Shane.
Okay, so we're going to do some driver interviews, aren't we, Jamie?
Yeah, mate. So
awesome.
Yep. No time like the present that we'll grab Shane down here. Shane, you got us on comms?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Mate, hey, welcome back and welcome to your, I guess, your official first race night. Seems we missed you in round one, mate. You've turned up in the V-Dub.
Yep.
A solid third position, mate. You had heaps of pressure at the start from the fellow Porsche driver and Mark Mudger in the Vegemite car, but mate, that looked pretty solid for you.
Yeah, cheers, man. I put the pressures down a bit too much at the start, and it was taking a little while for them to get up to temp. At the end there, they were good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the car looked solid. I think it was probably enough time for Ethan and Dylan to do their thing in that opening stint. But hey, look, you were under no pressure at all for third in the end. So a good, solid opening banking account, given that you probably saw how up and down the results were out of round one, mate. I think it's probably the round that you could have afforded to miss.
yeah, cheers.
But yeah, good effort, mate. Solid.
Yep, thanks.
Awesome, mate. Hey, well, look, best of luck in the next one, quali and the race. You know, bit of luck, mate. We'll be talking to you again in about another 40 minutes.
Hopefully those Honda boys crash into each other.
Well, we've seen it before, mate, so good one,
cheers, mate. Thanks.
So there you have it. That was your P3 race one position, Shane, in the Porsche. And we shall go and grab Dylan. Once I find out where he is. Here he is, Crashy's over here. So welcome down to the comms box, Crashy, aka Dylan. A solid P2 battling your fellow teammate there, mate. How was that?
Good, mate. That was a good race. Had a heap of fun in that one. So,
what's the call, mate? Did you we know that you were 25 kilos heavier than Ethan. Did you notice it?
Yeah, it certainly drops the pace off. I mean, it's like having an extra 25 kilos of fuel, 25 liters of fuel, you know.
Yep.
So, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
it was probably the great equaler up the front there. You know, we saw a tenth and a quarter in quali, mate. So you know, obviously when you lighten the car, you still were 25 kilos heavier than your fellow teammates, but you did a great job to put it on the front row still, and then it just looked like Ethan might have looked for that undercut, mate, and just did maybe a second better in the pit stop. You bridged the gap after the pit stop and gave us a great show, so well done.
did you guys have the pit stop timings?
We don't have them up live. Yeah, we sort of doing it a little while, and it looked. Yeah, I
overshot my pit box by a bit, so I think. Yeah, I think I lost about 3 seconds, but it was it's just so hard to pass. Like Ethan had the pace on me before the pit stop, There's no way you can pass. And then I had the pace on him after the pit stop, and there's no way you can pass. So it's made for a really fun race actually, but just not with a lot of aggression. So.
Yeah, and yeah, no, I don't think it was a lot. And then we're sort of trying to analyze what you're thinking at that point, even the back half of the race where you had better pace, and given the fact that Jake McKellar was back in P10 or P11, and he's the guy you're fighting for the top spot after round one. I kind of wondered how much aggression you were going to throw in there this early in the piece. You're clearly going to move forward anyway. So great driving.
Mate, yeah, there's no unless you force an error, which is obviously the plan. I mean, when Ethan pitted, the only move from there is to pit the next lap and try and come out in front of him, because I knew at that point he had the pace too.
Yeah.
And yeah, bloody just you can't send it round here. So there's what do you do? I can't.
She's a tricky spot, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon he's running higher wing than me. But with the extra weight, I just couldn't ping him on the straight. So yeah, good race.
Top notch, mate. It was a great show, and we'll be looking forward to maybe talking to you again another 40 minutes. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you jinxed me last time on that. So
yeah, I probably shouldn't have said anything, mate. But,
I'll give you the same thing last time. It's hard to keep in a straight line. So
yeah, no, good work, mate. Hey, look, entertaining. We'll talk to you again soon.
See you, boys. Cheers,
mate.
See you, mate.
There you go. So that was your P2 place getter, Dylan Martin.
Yep.
Currently P2 in the championship. Brings it home in second with 25 kilos. So that's a great result. And we shall grab HSV, which is Ethan Calden. Ethan, you got comms on us?
How you going?
Hey, mate, great race. Just talking to your mate Crashy there. I think the undercut and the really high quality pit stop was probably the key factor in that race for you to get track position.
Yeah, definitely helped. I had pace him the entire first part of the race, so it was just a matter of when I'd make that pit stop, and hopefully I didn't get traffic. And luckily, I don't know what his first name is, but the other Martin let me through at the hairpin, so I was able to just punch away. And
your stop was sharp, mate.
Yeah,
it was very quick.
It's definitely been a craft that you need a master after a while.
Mm-hmm.
If it all goes right, you're finding lots of time. So
we talk about the 1%ers a bit, mate. You got those 1%ers right, that one.
Yeah, the 1% I didn't get right though was the under pressure of the tires. I probably ended up with a lot more wear than I thought, as well, as it's been a problem of mine. But they were running at about 27.1 for the entire race, so I had a bit of a blunder pre-race setting it up. So yeah, I just had to make do with what I had.
Hey, well, look, it was a quality drive that you either were applying pressure or receiving pressure pretty much for the better part of that 35-minute session. So it's a great drive, mate. And after last week, it's another good way to keep the campaign going as far as the championship goes, mate. So watching with interest for the next one, because that was pretty faultless, mate. Watched Dylan have a couple of run wides at the chicane, really pressing on, trying to put pressure on you, and just didn't really see any mistakes from you when we were watching. So well done, mate. Congratulations on P1, and good luck for the next one.
Appreciate it. Let's hope I don't put it in the ball this time, and I'm actually here after the race, as I should have been last week.
Yeah, no, too good, mate. Too good. Oh, hey, just any word on just while I've got you here, any word on Vic Chan, mate? What happened at the top end of that one?
Yeah, so I was just talking to us earlier. He put the wrong tyres on. So we were doing the burnout pre-race and everything, and he's put those ones on.
Oh, cool.
So with the pressure, Dylan and I were applying. It didn't last a whole lot longer than a couple laps. And so I ended up with about 2.5, and I was feeling the wear. And he had about 1.8 after the race. So definitely wasn't ideal for him. But I'm expecting him to have another strong showing. He's faster than me, so I'm expecting him to be in front of me again. Yeah. No, it's I've never seen him make so many mistakes before. So he used to always just be faultless, like that race I just had it beat him every single race. But the last few weeks he's just had a bit of a stinker. So hopefully he makes it through to one piece on the podium. Absolutely. At the
well,
end of the
yeah.
season, he's going to be flying.
Yeah, well, mate, you done a great job. We're enjoying the show. Appreciate having you here, mate. And hey, best of luck for the next one.
Cheers,
And
boys.
hopefully we're talking to you
Appreciate
again
it.
soon.
Hopefully. See you later.
Right, mate. Rightio, Davo. I
Yes.
shall take this minute to just shut it down and reset and come back to the viewers when you're ready.
Oh, good one. Okay, yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1 and driver interviews. There you go. What a cracking race for round 2 here in the Asrnz GT3 series. We are going to take a break, like J-Man alluded to. And we'll be back soon for Q2 and race 2.
backing up. Who we're looking at, is that Brad?
That is Brad. We are in qualifying. Yes.
I haven't got my comms on us, buddy.
Yes, I just picked that up now. That's just a little buggy thing that just happened.
Yep, no, we got calls, mate. We're good.
So yeah, we're all good. We're all good, and we are back once again.
Yeah, so once again we are into the second of the qualifying sessions for the evening, Davo.
That's right, you call it.
Oh, and I tell you what, you know, we spoke to the podium just briefly, and yeah, clearly Dylan feeling the effects of the weight.
Yep.
Did a good job.
It was a cracking race, actually. He did really well. So, yeah, and, good battle through the upper end of the bid pack there too. So, yeah, awesome race. But like you said, man, the BOP's working.
Yeah.
Guys, so.
Who was that? Just running deep down behind Steve-O. See Ryan Gabranson. So, anyway, expect once again to see the likes of Dylan Martin, Ethan Cale, and so forth do a great job in quali, because they have just got some serious pace in these Hondas at the moment. Really impressive drives for me. Tonight in race 1 would be Jarks prior to the spin, the unfortunate contact with JB, that he did a good job. Jake McKellar with 30 kilos to drive from the back of the pack to around about P9 or so. I thought
in
that
the top
was an
10.
outstanding drive.
In the top 10, mate. That is exceptional. So yeah, definitely nice work from McKellar. Just popped on to Victor Chan. Vic Chan.
Vic used the burnout tyres for the start of race 1, unfortunately.
Oh,
that was
yes.
the issue was there,
we heard the whisper, didn't we?
Yep.
Yes, and it was the burnout tyres from the photo shoot, which you will see in an up-and-coming video, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and started race 1 on these tyres, hence went backwards at a rapid rate. And here he is now, trying to stamp his authority on qualifying. Still
they're aggressive over those curbs, aren't they? They're very, very hooked up.
Aren't they? We've got Mudgy in 3rd currently, provisionally, Dylan Martin in 2nd, and Shane in the other Porsche, I think it is. Oh, look, Shane, how do I pronounce your name? You must tell me.
I can tell you, at my best effort is Forido.
Forido? Okay. I'll try and store that in the memory bank.
Yep.
Jacques in 5th, provisionally. Jake McKellar in 6th now. We talked about Jake just a moment ago. Started at the back of the pack, back to into 10, within the top 10 in the first race. So nice work from Jake. John McDonald in 7, Max 8th at Dave 0, and Vaughan Martin running at the top 10 provisionally. We have about 2.5 minutes to go, J-Man. Who do we look at, mate? Who's up? John McDonald.
Well, there's a lot of guys up. I can tell you Dylan Martin's up about 6/10, going to come across the line and poke it across into P1. Oh, sorry, Vic Jan, sorry, yeah, 43.3. So he's just 2.5 tenths up on Shane. Dylan Martin's coming across. He is not far away. 5 tenths up, rounding the final corner. 5 tenths will see him come close, maybe not quite, but pretty close.
Yeah, so lots going on at the top of the leaderboard. It's very hard to keep up.
He takes him to the top on a 43.2.
Very hard to keep up with viewers.
McKellar's actually having a go at quali at the moment, and he is currently sitting P7. We saw him come up to P9 from the back of the grid, so P7 will serve him well.
So to see him on track, clearly, he's having a crack at qualifying this time. Still carrying the pies from race 1.
Yep.
And
Munchie on a 44.0 is a good effort.
And
needs a bit more.
if he started at the back and got into the top 10, and he starts in 7th where he's currently sitting provisionally, mate, you know, sky's the limit for Jake McKellar. Nice work, Jake. The Snake, they call him, McKellar. Who else
Hopefully
is up?
Farmer doesn't get held up at the back end of this lap by Pats, because I tell you what, he is around about a second up. And he's going to get caught out here. as he pokes down the inside, but he loses
He
about a
must,
10th.
he must have lost.
About a 10th,
more,
maybe
probably
2.
more.
No, I'm watching live. He's still doing a good job.
He's doing a fantastic job as he rounds the final corner. Nice.
He'll get one more go at it.
So good stuff. Still, yes, like J-Man said, 45 or less seconds to go. He will get another crack.
He will get another go and hopefully get some clear track. He did the right thing there, but Mike King a second up. Jordan Moss 8/10 up. Front runners not really moving around too much. No one on a slot. Vic Jan's close to, but he's in traffic now. He's also caught up to Pat, so you just got to be a bit careful. You don't want to rotate a guy. Oh, in quali, and he has an accident himself.
And so little gains to be made at the top end. Very close times. We rattled through the times after qualifying in Q1, and so close. So close as the qualifying runs out.
Ethan's on a good lap. I'll tell you what, if he sticks this out, he's a shot to certainly go front row, if not provisional pole.
He'd be chasing front row, wouldn't he? Surely.
Well,
after race 1.
Oh, he's been it. No, he's
there you go.
Like second row, shared with Shane provisionally at this point. Vaughan Martin's on a slightly better lap, still finishing that off. What does he need? He needs about 2.5, 3 tenths. He's only got one in hand at the moment. Steve Wilton's about 3 tenths up on his lap. 3 tenths would see him move up about 3 or 4 positions up towards about where Vaughan Martin is. So if Farmer can round this off this final corner and hold these 3 or 4 tenths, he will move up slightly better, maybe up to about P11, P12. As we see him come across the line,
P12.
he moves to P12.
Yeah, not too bad.
Brad Robertson
next.
Yeah, he's well up. 6 tenths up.
With Mike King in tow, actually, as well.
That would pull him close to Farmer. If he can finish this off with about 5 or 6 tenths, he'll be challenging Farmer for P12, P13.
Ah, look, another hectic qualifying session. We love this stuff, J-Man.
Yep.
It's hard to keep up with the numbers. Brad Robertson rounding the final corner. But I've only a handful of guys out there.
Only a couple of tenths in it. You might only move one spot if it at all doesn't move. Somebody just did though. Who was that?
That would have been, who's in the Marlboro car?
Mike King.
Yeah,
Mike
12.
King moves to P12. Actually
12,
knocked Steve Wilton down one.
Yeah.
Good job.
So nice work, Mike King. Maxwell's out. I think we got him in, mate.
Yeah, I'd say Daniel that maybe.
Yep.
Maybe it is a Honda track. Yeah, with the top 3 guys in Hondas.
You think so?
Yeah, it could well be. But hey, these guys aren't going to give it away. So another really tight quali with P1 coming across. Dylan Martin on a 43.202 plays Vic Chan on a 43.357. 43.4 Ethan Cowell, 43.6 Shane, Mark Wadray, 44.0, 44.5 John. And then you basically go for your top 2, you're still in the 44 bracket. 44 is all the way up to P12, P13. That's the 45 bracket. So some really, really tight stuff in quali, David.
Oh, mate. It's hard to keep up with. Like, our data changes so quickly on screen here. Some of the stuff that you guys can't see. And obviously the camera guys trying to keep up with it all. It gets quite hectic. But, yeah, nice tight stuff again. J-Man. Some of the numbers are just so close. So close.
Oh, incredibly. Given once again, we know that Dylan's carrying 25 kegs. So it's actually an outstanding job to put the boys around him who don't have any weight. Jake McKellar with 30 kilos to bring that in P7. It's a great effort. John McDonald, Mark Mudgway sharing 20 kilos apiece up there in P5 and 6. So, yeah, the BOP does work and probably works more so when the guys go and put 50 or 60 litres in the car right now. But on those quali sessions, you know, I don't take anything away from those guys, you know, competing against the rest of this field that don't have weight. It's a big leveler, and man, they're doing just such a great job.
Well, it's definitely showing at the top end of the field, you know, like it's definitely shuffling things around. Some of that mid-pack allows some of that mid-pack to come forward, and then obviously, you know, the guys down the back sort of get to, you know, shuffle positions as well. So it's good for everyone. A little bit of BOP. I think it's an awesome idea. Maybe we need a little bit more in them Hondas though. Just quietly.
Yeah.
They're pretty bloody quick. But yes, here we are, Asrnz GT3 series. It's round 2, race 2, quali's over. The boys are just getting settled on grid before our formation lap. J-Man, look, it almost looks like business as usual, doesn't it? You know, the 2 Hondas back on the front row of the grid, a couple of Porsches out the back, you know, looks very similar to race 1, man, to me.
Well, I hope we didn't jinx these boys.
20 seconds.
You know, during the podium, we did speak about, you know, this, that, and the next thing, and I think seconds. Maybe it was Ethan alluded to, you know, when we said to him last week, and he had a blue. So I certainly hope for their sake we haven't put the commentator's curse on any of these boys. But man, I'm actually just sitting trackside, just looking back down at the field at grassroots level and looking at these skins and just how impressive they look.
Oh yeah, game looking fantastic at the moment. Stream's running smoothly tonight. It's when all the moons are aligned, it is on the money, J-Man.
Oh,
here we go, boys out on the formation lap. Fantastic looking grid, like you said, mate. Skins are looking great. Great to see custom skins back. Look, and we mentioned it a couple of times already tonight. The boys have done a photo shoot earlier that wasn't streamed. There will be a short video coming out, so stand by for that, everybody.
Becky.
It'll be awesome. But yeah, just something to showcase, you know, like all of these, the effort that's gone into this beautiful skin pack, and you know, all the work that oh look, plenty, it's so much to it. So you know, like all the guys that paint these cars, and then obviously the administration that gets it all happening on the server. And look, from the commentary box, J-Man, it's fantastic for us, isn't it? You know, it really does individualise the cars. We can, you know, easily recognise particular drivers from their skins, and you know, it's just way nicer to look at, you know, some different stuff as we focus on Dylan Martin's bright purple Honda.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think you nailed it there, Davo. You know, and like you know as well as I do, when we get going on this thing, we start, you know, we follow these championships, and then we start talking about it. You know, I guess these guys constructing one of these things and creates a bit of a story, and I think that probably just adds to it when you're looking at their custom skins, and it individualizes everybody, like you say.
It does.
And you know, I guess, you know, like cars with their personalities, and so the drivers have their sort of their traits, and you know, whether an attacking driver or defensive, and then we get to, you know, I really get, you know, the whole thing when the further we get along, the more that, you know, we can really start just flicking on the colour of the car, and we know who we're looking at.
Yeah, and you
see them,
and you start to see that whole package, don't you? You know, like the personality of the driver comes out in the paint job, but you know, we see it on track as well as the boys come around the back of the circuit again. The little shuffle we see as they come around to the final corner. Everybody trying to get this really tidy. Settle down. A couple maybe out of position still here. Try and settle down before the line. J-Man. This is round 2, race 2. We're at Hungaroring, Asrnz GT3 series. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a green flag any second. Let's go racing once again. J-Man, another great start.
Yeah, I just saw Jake McKellar getting a really good jump on John McDonald there.
Yes. And John McDonald actually put a lot of pressure on Dave Zero on the outside in the Audi.
Yep.
And it continues.
There's a little bit of jostling between, I think it's probably Vic and Ethan. Oh, really close down into turn 2. A bit of contact there from someone, maybe Dave Zero and Mark Macho. Steve Wilton around. Hell of a scene around the back. Around the back, 7 cars. Looks like Jordan Moss taking a little while to get going. They've all gathered it up again. But there was a bit of a mess there.
Well, we'll have a quick look at that. We don't normally go to replays in lap 1, but we will tonight. Down turn 2 here. Field bunches nicely. And just little tiny mistakes create big snowball. There's a ripple effect. Always.
I just wonder whether it was Jordan Moss just a little bit deep under brakes down. Oh, he's just he just tagged the back of Farmer there, and just got a fair bit of scrambling there, and
got a little bit out of hand.
Yep.
So back in Dylan Martin's as he finishes off lap 1, we've got Dylan, Rick Chan, Shane getting pressure from the 3rd Honda, Ethan Cale, Margie in 5th, Jake McKellar in 6th, upper position already.
Yes.
So nicely, a little bit of a wriggle out of the final turn in the Audi. John McDonald in touch. Back to Dylan Martin, down into 1. We've got Ethan Cale. I think it is. Big. Oh, goes deep.
Wrong.
Goes deep on Shane.
Yeah, loses one there.
I'm sorry.
Yep. He had to go.
Oh, he did.
The boys are smart enough to open the steering up and
let
drive
that
underneath.
let that through through to the keeper.
Yeah.
So nice work. Big battle pack in that top. What is it there? It's top 8.
Yes, it is top 8.
Yeah, that's a big gap, J-Man.
That's a massive gap.
Back into that. That clearly was that little bit of contact we saw between Wilton and who did you say, Moss maybe? But,
I think Jordan Moss. Jordan Moss is in there and that, and then got that gap. So that Aaron, like Dave Zero, that starts that next trio there, which is a little bit spread out. So it's kind of like the whole.
That's the whole big pack right there, isn't it?
It is. So definitely. Dylan and Vic just checked out at the moment. Vic clearly got the right set of tyres on this time round, so that'll be one to just keep our eye on from a distance as they go out at it. But realistically,
so Ethan Cale, Mudgee, battle.
Counting Mudgee.
Yeah, that's where the battle is, and with Shane just in front of Mudgee as well.
And he showed
without the pressure.
Last lap. He showed that he's willing to have a dive.
Ethan's going to get pressure from McKellar anytime soon, so.
Yep.
That might just take that little bit of pressure, but you can see Mudgee covering the inside there.
Well, he has to. The thing's not fast enough down the chute, so.
Well, he's got pies on too, hasn't he?
He's got 20 kegs on, so he's done a good enough job to run. He's going to have to cover on the left hand down here to make Ethan go the long way round.
Yeah.
And now, as you mentioned, Jake McKellar is in this battle, so he's going to have eyes forward and back.
Like, really, Mudgee needs him to be there, doesn't he?
He needs McKellar to be all over the back of him because he's a sitting duck right now. We saw that the pace of Ethan in race 1 was just too much for that Porsche. So good patience here from Ethan right now, though, because he's clearly got pace and he just needs to work out where he
does.
He
does, definitely.
Pit window not opening for another couple of minutes yet, so.
And well, let's see who jumps in first as we see Shane, one of the very early pitted cars, probably the first car in the pits, is currently sitting in 3rd position, so it'll be interesting, but with no pressure, so we'll see what he does.
Yep. Just looking at that Honda on the back of that Porsche, it is so strong.
Yeah.
Kind of sizing them up everywhere. To be able to sit with them in the corner and then still have a look after that, it's certainly strong. Mudgee doing a great job though, driving defensively.
Yeah,
and still,
I think it's awesome discipline from Mudgee just to literally
John Boy looking up the inside of Jake McKellar.
turn the mirrors in, you know, and not look back, you know. So yeah, McKellar's obviously been distracted from what's going on in front of him. By what's going on right behind him.
Mudgee's so vulnerable down here to one. Oh, who was that? Was that Jarks having a look at John down into one? It was.
Yeah, well, John was actually trying to have a look at McKellar as well. But, you know, McKellar with 30 kegs on, and the Camry's still struggling to keep up with it. So nice work from McKellar. And yeah, John Boy all the time trying to cover that little bit inside because who's right there? Jarks.
Yeah, Jarks is just great to see Jarks here. We've got him for limited rounds this series due to work commitments and stuff, but man, it's cool to see Jarks back on track.
And being a mover and shaker too, because we know he's got it in him. Not always has the time for that little bit of practice, but looking awesome tonight. Really getting the boogie along. John McDonald.
I'd just like to mention too, Davo, that the fastest laps of the race was shared by Dylan Martin and Vic Chan at 1:43.592 equal.
Yes, just
incredible.
Just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's race lap equal 1 and 2 number.
That is phenomenal. So Mudgee under massive pressure from Ethan Carroll here, and John McDonald under huge pressure as we see Damien Jarkus Jones peel off into the pit lane. I'm going to stick with Jarkus.
Nice
you carry on as you were. I'll see what this looks like.
Okay, so yeah, Mudgee with Ethan right behind Jake McKellar now with a little bit of space between him and John McDonald. As we mentioned, Jarks in the pit. Aaron Enright takes on, who's that? Dave Zero taking on Aaron Enright. It's on. Dave, he's got the outside. Aaron's going to hold his line. Oh, Dave forces the issue on the outside. Oh, we got a little bit of contact.
Jarks.
Nice work. So Dave Zero passed on the McLaren of Enright. Awesome pass. We might just get a quick replay of that if we can.
As you were, but you can let you know that Jarks' stop was very impressive. It looked really good. John McDonald will have to do a great job in his pit stop, otherwise that undercut will come into effect. Yeah, so that'll be one to watch at some point as we just catch up on that replay of Dave Zero. Took a little while to get that move done, but sweeps around the outside and gets that job done down into turn 2. Great.
Beautifully, yep, nice work. Back
a little bit of
to
contact.
little bit, but Mudgee and Ethan still at it as we come around. Or I'm just sort of expecting one of them to just dip into the pits. Probably Ethan, but again,
how long's he going to stay there because the front two are checking out?
Yeah, and Mudgee's defending so well. Oh God, look, he's close this time.
Well, he's got a long way to go around unless he.
Yeah, they still had a long part of the straight to get it done. It's a funny little corner. This is a double apex, so it doesn't
and the
quite
gets off the corner so well.
It does. It's a nimble little thing. It just does, and that's a long corner to stay outside there, isn't it? For
yeah, you won't get it done there. It's just too big a distance. Great driving from both these drivers, and you know, I'm sure Ethan will look back on this no matter how this ends, and just probably enjoy it for the battle that it is.
We've got to nick back and just have a look at Steve Wilton and I think it's Vaughan Martin actually in the BMW. J-Man, 12th and 13th.
Going at it.
Going at it.
Yep. Steve Melling up the road in 10th in front of those guys. He's actually in front of Brad Robinson. So yeah, Steve Wilton and Vaughan going well in this battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Melling probably got one eye on that mirror as well, because Brad no slouch. And one time, and you just see Brad range just in 2 corners, right onto the back of Melling's car.
Yeah, just watching, as you will, I'm just watching Mudgy. I'm just waiting to see whether Ethan decides to drop off. That last lap round, Ethan did a 43 and Mudgy did a 44. As Ethan gets out of that party, we thought he might. He is in the pit lane.
He is in the pit lane now.
He can't stay there for any longer. I'm watching for his
I
stop.
reckon he left it probably 3 or 4 laps too long. At least.
Probably did. Yep.
At least. Yeah, so let's
Well,
see how that
pit
works.
lane was only open for the last,
Well,
it
3.
probably was 3.
Yeah. But
just
he was
watching
definitely
it
getting held up. Dylan, just picking up on Dylan, actually just coming up behind a back mark. I think it's Pat's in one of the Ferraris.
Yep. How good is the stop?
So nice work there. Who are we looking at?
Not bad. Probably not the best. Not
Ethan
bad.
Kale,
Yeah.
Aaron Enright.
Yeah, Ethan Kale as he comes out. It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't
Aaron
bad.
with a nice tidy stop as well. As we get back to this little battle between Vaughan and Mutt now. Farmer has gone past Vaughan, but Vaughan just not giving it up. He still wants a bit of that. He's got the blue carrot.
I want to know, does Mark Mudgeway cover off this undercut, Davo? What do you think?
Well, we'll soon find out.
He's actually got eyes up the road on... He can see Shane. He can actually see Shane and P3 in the other porch. So,
Yeah.
Mudgey's pace is good.
Yeah, Budgie's on the money still with the weight. He's performing nicely. Without the weight, he would be past Shane.
Jake McKellar
no
into
doubt.
the pits out of that battle with John.
So that's smart too, I think. Keller was the last car on that little trainer car, so nice to see McKellar come in. Now, McKellar did sort of to and fro behind John McDonald, but yeah, good to see McKellar in.
I'll be interested to see how this plays out, mate. He was really quick at the line.
So yeah, nice stop from McKellar. Ooh, he's taking a while.
No, it was
No,
pretty
it's
efficient.
not too bad, not too bad.
Just watching, see he does or doesn't get a penalty. He's very, very quick at the control line.
Who's that coming in behind him there? I
Wilton.
think that's Steve Wilton, yep. So yeah, nice work, no penalties, so excellent work. Out in front of, I think that's Jacques' car. So nice work. I think that puts him in front by 2 cars.
Does. Oh, battle tightens up here.
Yeah, so John McDonald was the other car which hasn't pitted yet, so nice work.
So that's put Jay McKellar.
Well, it should be,
Jacques.
yes, in front of Jacques, so that should
Yeah,
put him in front
that's
of
a big game.
JB as well.
So Jacques has been held up there.
As well.
Yep.
So it'll be
I'll tell you what,
interesting to see
Shane
how
thought
that,
about going to pits then, Davo.
see how that pans out. Yeah, you just see that body language in the car, don't you, J-Man?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's little tiny telltale signs. It's just like, yeah, I'm sort of sometimes I'm not sure whether they think they're going a little bit too quick still, and they don't want to cut that blend line. But here we go, Brad Robinson, Steve Melling. No, Brad runs another lap. Melling runs another lap. Who are we on? Shane. Mudgy. Mudgy got that thing locked down with some weight on it, so doing really nice.
Yeah.
Melling getting all sorts of heat from Brad Robinson. One to keep an eye on. Neither of these guys are pitted yet. So we've got about half the field pitted so far. We've got Bobby Laycock, Ryan Gilbranson, Vaughan, Brad Robinson, Steve Melling, Dave Zero, John McDonald, Mark, Shane, and Vic, and Dylan, I think, that haven't pitted. So about half the field pitted so far.
Yes, but yeah, you're about right. The one guy that's sort of in that thing is probably Bob's, just in the mix there, waiting for your front guys to start
As we
shaking
see,
that out.
Vic, is it into the pits? Oh, very close to the wall, actually. Very quick entry. Looks like he got it pulled up, but yeah, just that little right-hander really caught him out.
Yeah.
Let's watch this pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. Nice tidy stop.
Super tidy.
Yeah, again. Oh, looks like he failed to get it started.
Was it
stall?
walk when it come off the jack?
Yeah, definitely walked as it come off the jacks there. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, isn't it, J-Man?
That's it. That is all it takes.
Get back to Steve Melling, Brad Robinson. That's one less to pit. Steve-O. Eyes forward in the Supra. The Supra-inspired Aston, we'll call it. But yeah, nice stuff from both. Brad, I think it's just some corners. Like the Aston's got a bit of punch in a straight line, but it looks like the BMW's carrying a bit more wing because it's definitely chases him through the back section of the circuit. Got Dylan Martin in. Does he get it stopped nicely on the pit limiter? Here we go. This is Wonder What. Like last time, he's chased him in straight away the lap after. No lock up. Get that thing off the jacks. Nice start. He might have this.
I think he might.
There's a little bit of a hesitate. On the previous pit stop, who was it? Ethan. Oh, Vic. Sorry.
Vic, sorry.
Yep. So he's just ducked in. He's got that. He's got that. There's Vic there behind the BMW. So
once again, a race on pit lane day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leave Shane out. Shane's pit. Same with Mudgy, JB, Dave, Steve.
Okay, so there's still more pit battles there going on, isn't there? We've still got a good handful of pit battles going on.
Yep.
We've got Bobby Laycock in at the moment. In the third Porsche. Gets it stopped nicely, so we've got Dylan, Steve Melling, we've got this bloody Melling Brad Robinson battle just will not give up.
It's just carried on, isn't it?
Brad just relentless. Oh, Melling. I think he's got the mirrors folded in. He's just not looking.
He's probably ripped the mirror off.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
Get rid of it.
So yeah, that is probably the tightest gap in the whole field at the moment.
It is right now.
What we are watching on screen. Let's get out of the... Oh, as we see...
Steve ain't gonna peel out.
Now, unusual. I would have thought Brad...
Ford Martin as well.
Ford Martin.
But that actually releases Vic. That actually releases Vic to chase down
Dylan.
Yes. There's no cars in between. How are you?
And I thought, but he's got Brad still there. But I just thought Brad would have stopped first because I thought Steve-O was holding him up. But there you go.
He stopped look alright.
They do. Nice stop for Stephen. Vaughan Martin still on the jacks. Come on. Oh, he's going to pip Stephen.
He's got him.
He's got him. He's generally got him, J-Man. Wow. And by a good chunk by there. Look at that.
But
Steve-O will be kicking himself there. And who's that behind? I think it's Farmer. Actually, yes, it is. Yeah. So, where are we looking?
Well, we've still got
Brad Robinson and Dylan Martin now. So
and Brad still got to make their stops.
But we got Dylan Martin all over the back of Brad Robinson. And Brad Robinson hasn't. Yes.
Oh, we have. He hasn't made a stop yet.
No.
So he's not going to get blue flagged.
No. Oh.
And
he's going to let him go.
This is let Vic go. Does he go in and get into the pits now?
He's got to go now.
He gets out of it.
Surely. But that's
held
him up,
Vic an opportunity.
Oh, hasn't it? What? We've also got Jake McKellar and Damien Jones, but just get back onto this Vic Chan.
Remembering Brad Robinson was in a heated battle with Steve Melling. Steve Melling came into the pits, got pipped by Vaughan Martin. So was Steve-O stop not that great? Is he vulnerable here to Brad now?
Oh, as well. Well, you would think so. Let's just check that out. Let's just go back quickly. These boys are just going to carry on. Brad Robinson, where are you?
Steve-O's rounding the final corner now.
Brad Robinson, okay. Oh, slowly coming out of the pit. I think Steve-O's got it.
Going to be tight. He's got
Here comes the mellow car now.
He's got hot tyres, he's got pace.
Oh, there it is.
Cover off the inside, Steve-O, get it down there. Yeah, so he holds that position. Farmer in the background there as well.
Oh, nice work. Farmer very sideways out of T1. But yeah, nice work from Melling. Oh, lucky. Very lucky. Didn't look like an overly quick stop. So nice work. Look, I'm sure Melling's sweating on Wilton to get up behind Brad and just apply some Farmer pressure. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. We've still got four actually guys still to pit. We've got Ryan, David, Mark and Shane.
And I can tell you now that Jake McKellar and John McDonald are still trying to share the same piece of real estate. Some 20 odd minutes into this race.
This race, yeah. It's still on. And remembering McKellar running the heaviest weight out of the whole field, is that correct?
Oh, bloody Brad was a big look on Steve Melling then. Yes, he is. He is the heaviest car out there. That was a huge look from Brad.
So yeah, exceptional work from Jake McKellar. As like you mentioned, J-Man, Brad not letting up. I think he's bit of a wiggle there. But yeah, Brad clearly thinks he's got Stephen's measure. We will see, and we've also got a couple other little battles going on. We have the Ryan Gilbranson, Aaron Enright, and it looks like Dave Zero maybe mixed in with that little bunch there.
Yeah, 4 minutes of the pit window left. When does Mudgee and Shane come in? Can't be far away. I wouldn't have thought. Shane stays out one more lap. Mudgee stays out one more lap, so they're going to leave it right to the very end.
Yeah, look, it's only just under 4 minutes to go.
So this will be the last lap that they'll run green before they go into pits.
Yeah. And we saw someone last race, I think it was Vaughan Martin.
Yeah, copped the penalty at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, just it's critical. And mate, he was only seconds away from the pit lane there. So,
Yep.
pushing the limits, and we like that. We'd like to see that. The boys, you know, racing right down to the wire and, you know, pushing, stretching, you know, the rules and the limits. So,
like what Jarks is doing right now to Jake McKellar, just pushing hard.
Yeah. And again, yeah, just got to applaud Sharks at the moment. It's like not a permanent driver, does very rarely gets to race the whole season. And really, when he's got his car hooked up,
Ryan Branson in the lane.
really shines and is doing it tonight again in the Aston Martin. Gordon Martin, Steve Melling. Going on with that.
Oh.
No. Got Brennan Rolfe. Aztec. Oh.
Aaron Enright, David Zero, still engaged in the battle.
I think we've got 3 McLarens here. I think it's Brendan Maxwell and Jordan Moss.
Yeah, line of stern, mate.
Look at it. Throw a blanket over these 3 at the moment.
Oh, it's close.
Just a little. It's an Aston at the front and a couple of McLarens at the back. And it's on.
It is on.
No mucking around. Where do you pass though, J-Man? You know?
Shane and Mudgy both in the pits, exiting the pits.
Okay.
Shane got out of there right. Mudgy's coming out now. So Shane is under pressure here. He's actually done a great job. He's actually slipped in ahead of Ethan Cale.
So we've got everybody pitted.
Yep.
And we've got Shane and Mudgy in first and second. Is that correct? My board hasn't updated.
No, they've just pitted, mate. You're going to see them drop down to 4th and 5th. Well,
okay,
Shane
sorry, my board hasn't
has
updated.
come out in front of Ethan. So it's going to be Shane in 3rd, Ethan in 4th, Mudgy in 5th.
Ah, there we go. I just got
Yeah.
sorted out nicely.
So that's a great job from Shane. He'll be out. Oh, as we see, Ethan's had a lose.
Oh,
He's gathered it up. That was a great save.
he's got that well, actually. I think the boys got that on a replay. So again, you know, like the positions are getting.
Oh no, we've seen Vic Chan. He's had a big incident around the back, got caught up with a back marker, had a lose, had contact, had a spin. As you just see, he's sitting in the middle of the track, nowhere to go. Mudgy's gone past, Ethan's gone past, he's just gathered it up now. He's had a big lose on his own as he is rounding up a back marker as well. So it's a hell of a scene. Vic losing some late places, that's going to benefit. Going up to second. Mudgy will go up to 3rd. Another podium for
Man, what happened for Vic there? He looked like he just totally drove off the track. Like just drove off the track.
He would have been offline because he was having to look for an outside line to round up Pats or whoever it was, and he's just, you can see he's just maybe the weight of the car, the yaw of the car is just been in the wrong position.
That looked weird. That looked totally weird on camera. So unusual stuff, and
Vic
as
having a big
usual,
moment.
mate, the action never stops.
It never ever stops. As we just see who's that having a look on Jake McKellar. Is that
That is
Jarks?
That is Jarks with the pink-arsed Aston.
That was real close, I tell you what. He's going to
And
struggle to get it
he's-
down to 2 here.
Oh, definitely. He's all over that. And we know how long that 2 corner is. He's never going to hold it on the outside. Down to this fast T4 kink. Super fast. And we just saw Ethan actually make a mistake as he come off that ripple strip and into the right-hander. Luckily, so much tarmac on the outfield here, J-Man. They can actually grab it up. They've got a bit of grip. They just don't hit the grass or the sand. So lucky boys there, really, aren't they?
The Steve Melling's still holding off Brad Robertson. I mean, these guys will have a good chuckle at the end of this one because this has been a race-long battle, and Brad has just ranged up and been so close so many times. A bit like, I guess, a little bit like Jake McKellar and Jarkus. You know,
For sure. We also got Maxwell Hawkins and Jordan Moss.
Yes.
Nose to tail, the two McLarens.
Oh, where do you look? I mean, we know Dylan's out front now, and he's
so they've cleared
about 5.5 seconds. Sorry, no, apologies. They might have more than that. What it was that time, Delta going so crazy.
So we've got about 4.5 minutes, but we've had Jordan Moss and Maxwell Hawkins actually get past beat on Brendan Rolfe, and they're just in full sweat. Jake McKellar and Sharks out.
Man, he's hungry.
That Audi, the keg's on. The keg's on. Still stops. It's amazing. He's so got this thing hooked up. Very nice. Little bit of lap traffic there, but quickly out of the way, smartly, very nicely done by. I think that was Matt Cook. I think it was. No, maybe not. Pats. Nice work, mate. Pats. Yep. Awesome work.
There's Bobby Laycock just stepped aside for the boys as well, so that's a great job. It's Jake McKellar and Jarks go through. I tell you what, Shane's going to have a whole lot of Ethan Cowell up on his rear bumper by about the final lap of the race. Soon enough,
that's right.
As they round up another.
Now, Shane will have his head down again, won't he?
That is Cookie.
So he won't want to be looking back too far, just be trying to hit his marks and just keep those averages up.
Yep. Steve-O's just managed just a little bit of a gap back to Brad at the moment. Farmer's sort of kind of on his own. That Maxwell Hawkins, Jordan Moss battle still going on as well.
I think Shane's got this. He's just going to keep his head down.
Yeah, he's showing good pace.
Ethan's quick though, so but the Honda on the Porsche, we got a little over 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
He wanted to be knuckled down, wouldn't he? Oh, and then obviously we've seen the Porsche defend with Mudgee behind the wheel. Shano. That's a big opposite
moment.
lock.
Yeah.
And that's enough.
Enough to put him right on that bumper.
Isn't it what?
Yep.
See Ethan. We can almost see. Oh, Ethan make a mistake there. I think it wasn't Victor, was it? It was Ethan on that little right hand of turn 5. But now focused on the back of that Porsche.
Oh, as he was.
So tidy stuff. Few battles going on. We've still got the McKellar Jarkus battle as well. We've got to swap between these two. Ethan looking for this back end. There's a little bit of a passing opportunity down the back here.
Yeah,
Too
this
late.
is what I said. If you can size it up and float the car out and poke it down the inside, he's not going to be close enough this time. That Porsche just far too strong off the corner.
So back to McKellar. And Jarkus. McKellar pulled a little bit. We've also got this Aaron Enright. Dave 0. Oh, we got 4. We've got a bit of lap traffic.
Yes.
So we've got Enright, Vaughan Martin, Dave 0.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
So as we hear, Dylan Martin has commenced the final lap, so he is on the final lap and he's got a comfortable margin. He's already coming out of turn 2.
So we see Jake McKellar dropping to 1. Yes, nice work, Dylan. You're probably not going to get much air time in this last lap, brother, but so much going on.
Who's going to make a move on the last lap?
Jake McKellar.
Brad Robertson to pit. Something's happened there because he was chasing Stephen really, really hard.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
Shano looks like he might have Ethan's measure.
He may be able to
the
bring
last
this PT
lap.
home. Yep.
Yeah, he's got that little gap on him. These guys aren't going to muck around and start stretching the French.
McDonald's nearly caught the back of Vic Chan in this final lap too.
Yeah, too little too late though.
Yeah, it is.
They'll only
Needed to do it
range up on the back, but still, Jarkis will push McKellar all the way to the end here.
You better believe it.
As we just watch Dylan Martin round the final corner to run across the line for round 2, race 2, Asrnz GT3 series. Well done, Dylan Martin.
And it looks like Shane's going to take this P2.
Shane is going to take this P2. Nice work, Shane. In the Porsche, Ethan Cale in another Honda in third. Mark
Sharks having a big look.
In 4th. Victor Chan in 5th. John McDonald in 6th. Jake McKellar and yes, Sharkis all the way to the end.
Oh, from the
7th
start
and
to the finish, mate.
Awesome work. Dave 09. Now this little three-way, it's just spread out a little bit now. We've got 9th with Dave 0. 10th with Aaron Enright. Vaughan Martin in 11th. Steve Melling in 12th. Steve Wilton, aka Farmer, 13th. Maxwell Hawkins.
I'll tell you what's going on. It's going to go right down to the line with Max and Jordan.
Rounding the final corner. Max and Jordan Moss. Nice work. A couple of McLarens. I think they got past Brennan Rolfe in the Aston, yes. We have Brad Robinson right up behind. Mike King in 18th in the Marlboro car. All very close. All in the same lap. Ryan Gilbranson 19 in the Audi. Matty Cook 20. Bobby Laycock 21. And Pat's 22. Nice work, J-Man. Another
so good.
Awesome race.
It's an epic race, that one. I thought race 1 was pretty epic, but that one there, that one was closer. It was a closer fought battle, given that there were so many guys that managed to stay with each other through the phase of the pit stops and then back out again.
And wasn't there some changes in the pit stops too? So not only very close in position changing in the pit stops, but like the battles on track were awesome as well. And it's hard to keep up with. So much stuff going on. Who did we watch? Those guys down in the mid pack, these guys up the front. What the hell? Okay, let's get into some driver interviews.
P3 race 2. We have once again. He's back to the comms box for the second time today.
Nice.
Ethan, you got us on comms?
Hello,
mate. What a race. Man, that was frantic. The pace was hot. You guys are rounding up lap traffic. Offline, slight wiggles here and there, mate. Good battle with you and Shane at the end. You were coming on hot. Couple of laps to go, mate, and you're on them. But was that all you had? I thought you might have had a little bit more at the back end.
Yeah, I had a bit more than, sorry, we'll start that again. I did have a little bit more pace in the tank. I did have a bit of a spin. I
saw the half spin.
Yeah, and then the heat just didn't escape the tyres. So the rears were a bit hotter than the front, and that can just change the entire balance of the car. But yeah, well done to the boys again. I'd say I'm quite lucky to be here. Vic had an accident.
Yeah, big one too.
Yeah, but it was good. Good fun. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, no, epic racing.
Yeah, good to watch too, man. So, well done.
It's definitely. I'm sweating a lot. It's not even warm here. It's quite cold.
Well, we don't need to see that, but
on
track stuff was awesome.
The car felt a lot better with the with the tyres where they needed to be, and if I didn't have that little mistake at the start, I don't even remember it, but I remember dropping to P5. I think I was overtaking Shane, and I had to lift off the brakes, otherwise I was going into the side of him. So dropped back to 5th, and I just had so much more pace. We were lapping about 145, and at the end of after that pit stop I was doing mid 43. So
copy. I'm with you now, actually, Ethan. I remember you're down into 1. I think Shane and Mudgy both turned down underneath you after a little bit of run deep, and you recovered really well, mate.
I was probably a little bit ambitious with that move. Sorry.
We like to see the guys having a go, mate. So
Yeah, Shane and I have been racing each other for years now, so
yeah,
something we'll just brush under the carpet, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good. I'm happy. I think I finished second overall. I think Dylan had a pole or whatever, so he gets the round win. But he needs to have a little bit more weight on his car, and he's quite quick. So we found a little gem for him. I don't know if we can get more, but
we
can mandate an extra 20 litres on him. Or
We hear
we
this
might have
shit
to see
all the
if that
time.
restrictor works too, mate. Maybe you need some ballast and some restrictor.
Yeah, drop the horsepower a little bit on his car. That's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, but hey, no, great effort, mate. You know, you guys clearly showing during the week. You guys have got pace. The racing itself, you know, it's you clearly your boys are still up the front, but it's good to see that you're being challenged at times, whether it be, you know, through mistakes or whatever, and it's cool, you know. Like we're seeing a bit of a shuffle round with you guys up there. Better showing from the OES boys this week as far as consistency. Still a couple of little mistakes, but hey, that's sim racing. But you guys did really, really well, mate. Enjoy the podium, and good luck, mate. We'll see you here again next week doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's been good. Really enjoying it. So yeah, good clean racing. Off to have a couple beers now, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Sounds
We
good.
like that. Good one, mate.
See you later, boys. Thank you.
Cheers, Ethan.
User was
All
moved out
right,
of your
so we
channel.
shall go and grab Shane and grab Shane down.
User
We'll
was
bring
moved
Shane
to your
down on
channel.
channel. Shane, you got comms on us, bro?
Hey, how's it?
Wicked, mate. P2, you got to be happy with that.
I'm stoked.
Mate, you know, on a track where I feel like, you know, maybe down that front sheet, the Porsche was deficient. The Hondas were clearly quick there tonight, and you capitalised on that little mistake that happened in the back end, and then you held it. You had a little mistake with a couple of laps to go, but actually still hung on.
Oh man, that was yeah, I was so close to losing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was oh, I knew I was up against it because the Honda boys are really quick, and I hadn't done too much laps in this car because I was practicing in the Beamer, but I just couldn't get anywhere near them. So I was like, oh, I've driven the Porsche before, so gave it a go, and yeah.
Yeah. No, really impressive to see, and like probably the thing to pick up out of it for us tonight is just how long those battles went on for, Shane. You know, we saw you dive into the pits late. You know, it was you know, you were one of the last two cars to go. You had a great pit stop, clearly checked out, kept the margin on Mudgee, and then capitalised late in the race on a couple of late mistakes, man. So good racing like all night, two solid races.
Yeah, man, I was pretty happy with that. And it's been awesome racing. Yeah, pretty happy in this league. So, and loving the commentary too when I watched it last week.
Yeah, no, oh man, we're loving putting it on because it's just there's so much going on. Good quality steering, you know. Even just saying to Ethan there, you know, the little big break episode down into one early in the race, and you and Mudgee opened the steering up and let him go sail down there and turn back underneath him. So we're seeing a lot of big racing IQ from some of our sim racers, including yourself, and it's cool because you know you get to press on and
Good stuff, man.
all right, mate. Will you enjoy it?
Enjoyed it.
Cheers, man. Catch up.
Yeah, Shane. Thanks,
Bye.
mate.
User was
All right,
moved out
so
of
we
your
go
channel.
to the top of town and grab Crashy
User
down
was
here,
moved to
who
your channel.
absolutely kept his nose clean, did a great job in the pit stops. Dylan, you got us on comms?
Yeah, boys. How are we?
Good, mate. Bit of a role reversal in the pits in race 2, mate. You did a better job.
Yeah.
Got
I
some
wasn't
track
making the
position.
Same mistake twice. So.
Yeah. Lots of pressure, though. Lots of pressure from your mate. Vic, unfortunately, had a little whoopsie rounding up traffic or something. Didn't quite catch all of it myself. I think the Cams guys might have got it, but you were eyes forward anyway, mate. That's a solid result, a 2-1. I'd say that probably takes the round, so congratulations.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, no, it was a bit unfortunate with Vic. He was pushing me very hard all race. So I think we were mid to high 43s the entire time.
We quoted at one point, Crash, that mate, you guys did a 43.592 consecutive, both exactly the same fastest lap times in race.
Oh, really?
Identical.
Okay.
Come up on my data. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was incredible, mate. And like it was like almost yeah, it was identical times, and it was almost the same lap, and I was just like, wow, and that's quality pace, you know, down in the mid threes is pretty impressive. So just a solid night, good result, good to see you put it together tonight, and no unforced or blues, bit of traffic to deal with. You guys did a great job, so well done.
No, not at all. Other than making sure I hit the pit stop. It was legitimately it was the exact same strategy as the one before. Pit the lap after, and try and nail the stop. Yeah. Oh, you can't get around anyone on this track running. So it's unless they make a mistake.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, very small margins out there on track. It seemed to be like a race on pit lane tonight, which is, you know, clearly identified by you and your fellow teammate that, you know, like you got it race one, race two, he got it right race one, and just unfortunate little things too with Vic with that little look. You know, these things happen when you're rounding up traffic.
I think one of the guys parked the car a bit on the apex of one of the corners, and Vic's run wide, and obviously still trying to maintain a bit of lap time, and I think he's caught the grass or caught a bit of the crap off the edge of the track.
Yeah,
so
but
I assume he must have spun, did he? Because he lost a fair few.
Yeah, he did, and he was just he was stuck in no man's land trying to rejoin. He did the right thing, mate. He sat there and waited, and then he got going again. So but hey, look, it's about you right at this point of time, mate. You did a great job, and mate, we've enjoyed watching you tonight. Albeit there's been times where the camera's gone off you because you started checking out. It was a lot closer tonight. I think the BOP probably did a pretty good job of trying to keep some of the other guys with you. Yeah, another 5 gigs next week.
I think in fairness too, I with Watkins, I'm probably a bit more experienced there than some of the other guys as well, which might have been a bit. They were starting to get close to the times, but just a bit more practice. So
yeah, someone's got to set the yardstick though, mate.
Here's a question: does the weight stack?
No, it does not.
No, thank God.
It doesn't.
For that.
It doesn't. Primarily because it doesn't. The game only allows 30, I think, and then it's only based on your rounds. Yes.
I'll just have to make the car wider.
Yep, 100%, 100%, mate. But hey, thanks for the spectacle. It's been awesome. Congratulations on the round win, and hey, looking forward to seeing you next week anyway, Dill.
Cheers, boys. We had a bit of a flick through the stream too, boys, and you guys are doing a really good job.
I appreciate it, mate. Appreciate the support. It's awesome.
Good stuff, guys.
Awesome, mate. Enjoy the night. Talk to you next week.
Cheers.
Yeah, buddy.
User was moved out of your channel.
Davo, buddy, just like that. That's another sprint round over. Round 2 of 8 done already. We're going for an enduro round next week, buddy. Double points. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. You know, like I just love what the guys are bringing for us at the moment. You know, the introduction of obviously the new guys, and then you know our some of our old guys coming back. You know, I shouldn't call them old guys because they're not that old, but some of the boys are really stepping up with consistency. Great showing, you know, from Mudgee at the moment and that Porsche. You know, we praised Shane on the effort for P2 and that one there, capitalising, and he was there or thereabouts anyway, just capitalising at the back end. Yeah, Mudgee doing a great job. JB's right in there. He was right real close to Vic at the back end. You know, some standout drives, and, you know, like it makes it so easy to call this stuff. And we appreciate your support and your live comments when you are chatting, guys. Just, yeah, I am watching. I can't obviously type to everything, but we really do appreciate the support we get for the stream. we do it for you guys. So hope it is coming across good. And yeah, Davo, that's all from me tonight, mate. Good stuff. See you next week.